Today I will be covering a well-known legend among the spiritual realm. Some here in the living realm have heard of it. It is the legend of the abyssal labyrinth, or as Hollywood depicted it, called Death's Game. Only the dead can play and offers the prize to anyone who can complete it one single wish of their heart's desire. No gimmicks, no illusions. If that spirit wishes to return to the land of the living, then so be it. If they wish to become a god, then so be it. It is said that the prize at the exit of the labyrinth is an intangible spark of unmolded essence of creation. To get to this prize one must traverse 700 levels of a labyrinth-like maze. Each floor of the maze consists of an entire microverse that is like an alternate universe from our own. The completion of the task on each floor will open a portal to the next floor, and each floor consists of a riddle-like puzzle one must solve or find the solution to in order to progress to the next level. Though each floor's puzzle design is same, the content of the puzzle itself is always different. Such as the entrance, for example. To enter the labyrinth one must face a puzzle everyone has heard of, the riddle of the Sphinx. There is a warning I will give you to this labyrinth. Though any who think they are worthy or desperate enough can challenge this gauntlet, know this also. If you should fail to complete the labyrinth, you will not be allowed to ever leave, but instead become a part of this labyrinth forevermore. The entrance lies in the same place where the statue of the Sphinx lies, but in the spiritual realm. Transcend there and you shall find a living statue of the Sphinx that comes to life on the opposite side of the statue of the Sphinx. It will ask you to answer one riddle and tell you that you must hurry, for if you do not answer the riddle in time it will attack you and tear you apart, and it's not kidding. Once you answer the riddle correctly, the Sphinx will leap towards the top of the statue and release the hatch that leads into an underground catacomb where you will encounter the Labyrinth Master, who will explain the details I just went over but in more depth, and will require your willing consent before allowing you to progress any further. This being will scan each competitor for any deceptions or manipulations, so it is best to be honest in your approach to him. Now I have heard rumor that if you are a powerful warrior skilled in arcane knowledge and power, that this is your chance to skip to the end, but to do so you must know the secret purpose of all 700 levels of the labyrinth, as well as the solution to the final puzzle that leads you to confront the Labyrinth Master. Also note that each level of the labyrinth is much like the puzzle encountered at the entrance in principal design. As in, there will be a puzzle to be solved on each floor, but hidden and only accessible to a master of mysteries and arcane magic, and there will be a limit on time to find and solve each puzzle. The grounds for losing the game is basically set by your giving up to finish the game. Death in this game. As far as what we know as our mortal bodies, death is a constant and does not consist of losing the game here, for there will be times when it is a part of the levels designed to transcend from spiritual to astral to elemental forms even. Upon acceptance and entrance to the labyrinth, you will be given all the necessary tools and instructions needed to traverse the realms of this game. Pay very close attention to the explanations offered here, as they will be vital to understand and remember them later. Also remember that what you see and experience within this labyrinth take place in completely alternate universes designed specifically for the labyrinth and do not directly affect the living realm. So though you may see the destruction of an entire universe along the way, remember that is within the microverses of the labyrinth and not entirely real to anyone else but you, the competitor. I know of these things because of my experiences as a child, where I would constantly find myself slipping between the living realm and into the spiritual realm and into various levels of this maze. The Labyrinth Master would constantly have to locate me and escort me back out of the maze. So I can tell you from experience that whatever you imagine to encounter within this maze is nothing compared to what lies inside. I am listing and promoting the knowledge of this maze because I myself have taken an interest and am considering challenging this game at some point. However, I know and understand the price one must pay if he loses. It is why no one hears of ghosts or hauntings by those individuals I will name in a moment that challenged this maze and lost, because they never returned from it and thus were never allowed to leave. Also, I might add this for the identity of the Labyrinth Master. cross-referencing descriptions of different beings in the universe I have learned of, and that of the prize's description and the time of this place's first origins. I warn that the one who constructed this place may be my former angelic self, Lucifer himself. If so, take special caution, for it is the tainted angelic host of God's most powerful angel ever created that was cast out of heaven and God's presence because of the change the taint of the shadow of evil caused in him. It altered his very angelic design, so everything you think you know of angelic attributes and limitations you can throw out the window on this one. Understanding this also explains why I kept slipping into the spiritual realm as a kid and why I kept winding up there. If you should choose to enter and challenge this gauntlet, you will learn to take all I have said literally when describing this maze. As far as the background of this place, not a whole lot is really known. It has been there since the moment of the spiritual realm's earliest creation. It is my opinion that this maze was designed to catch one specific being's attention, for he is the only one I could think of that would possess the knowledge and capabilities to successfully complete the challenges within the Creator. This maze may have been an early construction of an arcane civilization from long ago to entrap the Creator himself and set to test his authenticity with the challenges within. On that subject, I might add that there has only been one to have completed this maze that I know of. As it is recorded, Jesus the Nazarene was the only one ever to complete the maze. Many have tried and failed, such as Adolf Hitler, Napoleon, Genghis Khan, and even the notorious Billy the Kid, just to name a few. Good luck to those who wish to enter. Another topic I wish to discuss is the identity of a figure of arcane mystery known as the Green Man. Occult legends tell of a sorcerer from an era roughly placed around just after the expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. The translation is rough, but it goes on to say that there was a civilization just prior to that of the creation of the Garden of Eden. That catastrophic weather patterns had destroyed the world that once was, and a period of roughly 90,000 years passed where the earth was covered in a desert wasteland. The civilization that was here before that had suffered great losses, and when the Age of Desolation set in, it became a scene of utter chaos where patches of small groups of survivors began fighting each other in barbaric and cannibalistic ways. As far as this individual knew, he was helpfully the last remnant of his once advanced civilization. He went on to write that though magic was known to this new civilization that had emerged from the newly developing forests, it was different from his culture's knowledge and craft. He was known only as the Green Man. His book that contained the knowledge of how to wield his culture's magic was known as the Forbidden Book of Green Magic. Later, as time passed, this figure seemed to span across the eons of time and became known under many titles, such as the Aztec legend of Wotan, the Nordic legend of Odin, as well as the Russian legend of Kronos or Father Time. Now legends also tell tale of encounters with this being in the pages of the Abraham Grimoire, as well as the legends of King Arthur. Pieced together from these various tales, I have summarized a description of the sorcerer known as Kronos. He no longer walks the earth as he once did when he was known as the Wanderer, but now resides in an alternate pocket universe that it seems he created for himself, that can be depicted best by comparing the realm of eternity as told in the story of Alice in Wonderland's Through the Looking Glass sequel. There in this realm exists a series of hallways extending outward from a central junction point, each hallway having a framed picture or mirror at the end of it that are portals into various time periods, and even portals that take you to alternate universes that have been designed by the outlined descriptions of various story tales and brought to life in these alternate dimensions. At the center of the hallway's junction you will find an old man sitting next to a well, staring into the water's reflection. This is Father Time, Kronos. The old man rarely stirs from his position unless it is to occasionally interact with certain visitors that stumble into his realm. He usually will make conversation brief and seem overall grumpy in general, with the underlying tone of a wise teacher, calm and understanding. I myself have stumbled into his realm by way of a picture I had drawn, a diamond-shaped mirror with a swirling portal into the dreamscape. I do not know what inspired this drawing, but not long after finishing it I fell into a coma from an injury and found myself in spirit within his halls of time, quite luckily might I add. This sorcerer seems to be sitting and awaiting the arrival of someone or something that may help him. It seems he has suffered a fatal injury and has suspended himself in time, awaiting someone with the skills or technology to help mend him back to health. He does not take kindly to thieves and such, as I have heard that those who try and attack him have found themselves walking through portals that take them to alternate universes designed by the story tales of our myths only to meet their end there. That is my tale of Kronos, not much else is known. The Aztecs have spotted tales of his origin long ago, but it is legends watered down by centuries of folklore. Until next time, ciao Bella.